Hey, this is Scott of Cosplay Bonsai, here again with another project. Going to attempt to make some type of flag or banner with some spare material that I have, and it's another birthday related thing. It's a one-piece flag. I split the main skull design up into pieces, and each black area will be actually white on the flag itself. So I've made these black. I inverted the main design, and I'll just cut these out on each piece. And it's to scale, so I'll just be able to easily cut it out of the white fabric, and then it'll all go on one side of the actual flag thing. I have most of the pattern cut out. Still don't have the person's name cut out, but not totally undecided if I want to have that on the flag or not. So it just looks like that, and each piece will be white fabric. Probably start with this middle one and then center it on the actual piece, the black piece, so that everything around it can be fit properly. There'll be black areas between each white area, kind of based on the main design. Here is the first pattern I'm going to cut out. Now this pattern here does not have any seam. And what I'm planning to do to make it look a little better is have two pieces per item, so I need to add extra to sew around. So I did the first piece, and then I first sewed it inside out, and then I wrapped it back to the proper way, and then went once around again. You can see that it fits about the same size. Next off, I need to do the black sections. I could either cut holes, but the problem with that is getting it properly done, especially with the small pieces. So I'm thinking I'm just going to make the actual forms of black area, and I'm going to do the same exact process. You'll cut pieces so you have two for each, and then you'll do the two-step process, and then I'll sew those onto this piece on the top. So here is one of the black circles with the paper still attached to it. I'm going to sew it with the paper still on it so I can get the proper angles and everything. I don't mess it up. And then I'll just flip it inside out. Of course you leave some of it open, and then you do it a second time once you turn it to the proper side facing out. I have all the pieces done for this first piece, and what I'm going to do, I have the paper on here, so I'm going to use that as the template to pin down the black parts so that I get them in the proper area. Took a break for the day earlier, and I was able to pick up more fabric, so I did get some yellow and red to fit the full color version. So I'll have the top of the hat, these two in yellow, and then the red band. Everything's coming along. I have quite a few pieces done of the main design. Going to try to do the teeth, but something a little different in this case than everything else I've done. I've done some of the easier stuff so far. I want to sandwich some black lines between the two pieces, so what I'm going to do first, just leave this one out, and then take this and have I think it's three black lines and then a curved line for the teeth, and I'll attach it to the inside, and I'll sew that down or whatever, and I'll come back and add the other one again, and then sew as I have been around, leaving a gap, and then you put it right side out, and then you finish it off. So hopefully I'll have the teeth lines in there and they'll be proper and everything. Give that a shot. So I have 3 of the teeth pieces done, and this was a real trip, the smile black area. Didn't turn out too terrible. See how that looks. I'll attach all these, this one piece, and then of course the other. Here it is before I sew everything. I'm just going to go over all of the black areas, and then again I'll pull the other piece out, but like this, and I'll do the normal sew around, leave a gap, and then flip it right side out. Now onto the two yellow pieces. I just need to, this turned out pretty nice, although it took a long time, which is bad. Tried to move a little faster. Same thing with the yellow pieces, two for each, and then you have extra space for the seam, whatever you want to call it. Here I need to make 5 black, whatever the shapes those are, and then I'll attach them to one side like I did with this one. So finish the 2 yellow pieces. That was a real trip. I didn't need to get as extreme as I did with this one, so I just this isn't going to show at all, and the edges don't matter, which is why I did this for the edges. This one took a little less time, still took quite a while. These were a pain. But what I did do was, when I made the tiny little thing, I used an extra piece so that I could use a sewing machine to finish off each one. And of course this wasn't too bad. Next off I'll probably do the red piece that goes between these two. So I finished the main piece of the flag. I'm a little undecided on the whole text thing. We'll see how difficult it is. What I'm going to do now first is put all this on a piece of black. So I have the cloth laid out. It's about 40 wide, 25 high, so I just want to center the main piece in the middle. And then I'll kind of grow from there. Finish sewing all the pieces onto the black backing. I decided I'm just going to leave it a standard flag. Now I'm going to skip all the lettering. That would take too much time. It's already Wednesday, something like that. Although I might try something else totally different from this, but I'm happy with it. It looks good. Now I need to add the backing. I have 1 or 2 pieces the same size, so I'm going to see if I can get 3 pieces in there so it's nice and thick. And then I'll do the standard, this is inside. I'll sew around, and then I'll flip it and see what that looks like. I'm not sure if it'll work out. We'll see. I finished the flag. It turned out pretty nice. Right here is just a wood piece with a bracket, and then I have a light stand that holds it up nicely. I just need to do a little bit more now that I've got a mounting stuff in place. It's Scott of Cosplay Bonsai. Thanks.